What happens when the person sworn to uphold the law becomes the one to shatter it? This is the chilling story of people of the Philippines vs. Baltazar Amion, Gr. No. 140,511, decided on March 1, 2001. A case that proves the past is never truly buried, it just waits for the right moment to strike. The incident, high noon in Bacolod. It was January 24, 1994. Two police officers from Escalante, PO3 Victor Vaflor and PO3 Richard Deoras, were in Bacolod City on official business. Their final stop of the day was the residence of a high-ranking officer, Chief Inspector Edmundo Sanicas, to discuss police training. As the meeting concluded, Sanicas walked the two officers to their patrol car. Just as Vaflor reached for the driver's side door, the silence of the neighborhood was shattered. SPO2 Baltazar Amion, a member of the Bacolod police, was standing just meters away, armed with an M16 Armalite rifle. Without a word, Amion opened fire. Vaflor collapsed instantly. In a display of cold-blooded persistence, Amion circled the car. Despite Chief Inspector Sanicas' desperate attempts to disarm him and stop the madness, Amion ignored his superior. He returned to the fallen Vaflor and fired again, and then again. The defense, a ghost from 1986. When Amion took the stand, he didn't deny the shooting. Instead, he claimed self-defense. He told a story of a deep-seated grudge. Back in 1986, he watched as PO3 Vaflor allegedly killed his uncle. Amion claimed that on that afternoon in Bacolod, he saw Vaflor reach for his service firearm. It was him or me, was the essence of his plea. He argued he was in a state of shock, triggered by the sight of the man who had destroyed his family years prior. The legal breakdown, issues and rulings. The court had to peel back the layers of this tragedy to determine if this was a case of justifiable killing or cold-blooded murder. 1. The claim of self-defense. Under Article 11, Paragraph 1 of the Revised Penal Code, RPC, for self-defense to be valid, three things must exist. 1. Unlawful aggression. The victim must attack first. 2. Reasonable necessity of the means used to prevent it. 3. Lack of sufficient provocation by the person defending themselves. The court's ruling failed. The Supreme Court noted that Vaflor never even drew his gun. The prosecution witnesses, including a high-ranking chief inspector, testified that the attack was sudden and unprovoked. Furthermore, the fact that Amion circled the car to shoot the fallen victim again proved he wasn't defending himself. He was finishing a job. 2. The qualifying circumstance, treachery, Alevosia. The crime was charged as murder under Article 248 of the RPC. What turned this from homicide to murder? Treachery. Treachery exists when the offender commits a crime against a person, employing means to ensure its execution without risk to themselves, arising from any defense the victim might make. Because Amion waited for Vaflor to be preoccupied with opening a car door, Vaflor had zero chance to defend himself. 3. Aggravating circumstances. The lower court initially applied several aggravating circumstances, factors that increased the penalty, including abuse of public office, using a service rifle, use of a motor vehicle, using a patrol car to get there. The Supreme Court's correction. The High Court clarified that simply being a cop and using a government gun doesn't automatically mean abuse of public position. To apply this, the offender must use the prestige or influence of their office to commit the crime. Since any civilian could have fired a rifle, this was dropped. They also dropped use of motor vehicle because the car didn't actually facilitate the shooting itself. The final verdict, life or death. The trial court originally sentenced Amion to death. However, the Supreme Court looked at one crucial factor, voluntary surrender. Amion had eventually handed his rifle to Sanicas and didn't flee the law. Under the RPC, a mitigating circumstance, like voluntary surrender, lowers the penalty if there are no aggravating circumstances. The decision. The Supreme Court downgraded the sentence from death to reclusion perpetua, 20 to 40 years. Financial justice. The court also significantly increased the loss of earning capacity indemnity using a standard legal formula. The case of People of the Philippines vs. Baltazar Amion touches on Article 3, Section 1 of the 1987 Constitution. No person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Even though Amion felt he was balancing the scales for his uncle's death, the law does not allow for street justice. The state holds the monopoly on the use of force, and when a badge is used for a vendetta, the law strikes back. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe to Case Closed. Jurist Dr. PH. See you on the next video.